All right, I can kind of squeeze it in here. So I've had to do a couple camera readjustments, so still getting used to the camera. I've only used it a couple times, so I'm gonna be kind of showing you what a normal summer loadout in this looks like. I'm just gonna take everything out, basically, show you what I carry. So first thing I'll say about this pack, this pocket is awesome. Outer pocket in this pack is great. So it's got this, it's got a formed pocket on the bottom here. So instead of just being a flat piece of mesh that goes to the bottom, they form it. And this creates a real ability to fit a lot more thicker stuff in here, not have to fight the pocket. So I love that about the pack. So my outer pocket, this is just one potential setup. Got my hammock gear, Cuban fiber tarp. And I love this thing, obviously. I use it quite a bit. Big fan. I am a huge fan of Sil Poly. So I think Sil Poly is a great material and super relevant. But when I am going, you know, a true summer loadout, really ultra light, this is what I'm going to take. It's about half the weight of a Sil Poly tarp. And I've just got some titanium pegs in there. Well, let's see what else I got in here. Water filter. So bee-free water filter. Separated from everything else, so it won't get other stuff wet, won't contaminate other stuff. So I always keep that in a small Sea to Summit, extra small Sea to Summit bag. I've got my hammock suspension in here. This particular suspension is some of my really light stuff, so this is going to be a Myers Tech Dyneema. It's like a Venom webbing, and it's got Dyneema soft shackles on it, so whole suspension weighs about 3 ounces. I usually keep that in the outside so it's easy to access. And then I might have something else in here. Got some stove fuel. So in this particular setup, I've got a alcohol stove. So fuel. Got a couple of these big bottles. They fit perfectly in here. Now with this pack, my dexterity kind of sucks to grab these bottles. Not very good at it, okay? So I usually swing my pack off to grab these bottles. So I have a hard time with any ultralight pack getting bottles out of pocket. So the fact that these are taller pockets are not really a detrimental thing to me, because I can't really, my arm dexterity isn't really good for doing that anyways. So these pockets are fine. And I do like, even though there's not water in there, I mean, they hold. So your bottles are never gonna fall out of these pockets. And like I said, we got the back pad there. It's something super easy to take out, especially this upgraded pad. So I mean, you can literally just take it out like that, slide it back in, super easy. Good sit pad. And then we're gonna jump into the meat of this. I'm gonna lower it down some. All right, so I did throw a hammock chair in here, and I did that kind of in lieu of having a bag of clothes. I put the clothing bag in there. I just didn't feel like going into my room and grabbing a bunch of base layers and stuff. So weight-wise, this is kind of heavy, about the weight that my clothes would be. Maybe be a little bit more, but in terms of real estate, not a huge amount more on normal trips. I'm kind of a weekend warrior, so usually it's just a couple pairs of socks, a couple underwear is what I take extra. Maybe some base layers, but usually not in the summer. Nothing too crazy. And then also on the outside, I usually have this easily accessible. So I've got a power bank here. Not a huge one. So this is about, I think it's, I'm trying to remember here. I think it's about 6,000 or so. 5,200 milliamp. And I've got micro USB and the newer version of USB here, because my phone has the newer version. And then jumping inside my pack, I traditionally have Sea to Summit bag liner, and I'll see if I can pull this out. So this is traditionally what I take. I do have some Cuban bag liners, but I've found that they actually leak. So any of the Cuban bag liners that I've had, the seam sealing is not done correctly on them. Maybe it'll get better over time, but I can put air in them squeeze them, air will come out of the where they're seam sealed. So I go with these Sea to Summit bags, and they work really well for me, and they're still very lightweight. Cut some weight with Cuban, but not super necessary. I mean, my base weight here is maybe about 8 pounds. So down here in this area, we do get occasional bears, but the risk of running into one is almost nil. So I traditionally, down in this area, I just carry a critter bag. I do have some food in here. It's like a couple day trips worth of food. Got it in a lock sack. You know, this is food for me for a couple days. And with this, traditionally, if I'm anywhere Twin Cities or south, I'll pretty much hook this carabiner up on the tree where my hammock suspension is. And pretty much all I have to worry about is rodents. So, I mean, there could be a random bear, but there's probably only 5 bears at any given time in this state in southern Minnesota. So they're pretty rare. They're usually males looking for females. They usually have food. There's plenty of berries and stuff. So it is maybe a little bit risky not to use a bear bag or something else. But for me, the risk is so low down here that I'm fine taking this. I'll probably never see a bear down here my whole life. I have a little alcohol stove. So basically an Evernew with a fancy feast. And then one thing that I do carry with this cook kit, because I hate waiting, I don't like to wait too long, so I do carry this Evernew. It's a titanium. Basically, it's like a chimney. I mean, it's a wind block, and it accelerates the flame by feeding more air into it and creating convection. And the boil times with that and the fancy feast stove, it literally cuts the fancy feast stove boil time in about half. So it only weighs like an ounce or so, and absolutely worth it. Maybe I'm saying the wrong weight, but it's super lightweight. This whole cook kit is mega light. Luxury item. So this is my Wilderness Logics pillow. I've had this forever, basically almost since I started hammock camping. It's got like a kind of fleece on one side, like a steel nylon or something like that on the other side. This thing is great, and in a hammock there's enough curvature to the hammock to where you almost don't need a pillow, but just having this little bit tucked under your neck is so perfect. And there's no fiddle factor. Like when I try to use other things that are not a pillow, I'm always messing around with them and trying to get them right. And sometimes I'll have it to where it's fine and I fall asleep right away, and then sometimes I'll have it to where I struggle forever trying to get comfortable. This, I never struggle. So this is worth the 5 or 6 ounces that this is. I've got my everything bag. This has just a bunch of ramshackle stuff. So it's got my normal headlamp that I'm going to use. It's a really lightweight night core. That's still like ultra bright. Got my little poop kit. Trowel. Always take a trowel. If you go somewhere and can't find a bathroom or something, you gotta bury your poop. Got my Z-Packs toothbrush. And I've got some little German toothpaste in here, super ultra concentrated. Like this little tiny tube here could probably last me about a week, if not more, with that toothpaste in it. So I'll try to put a link or something. Let me see if I can find it up here. I don't even know where it's at. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna find it, but anyways, the toothpaste is a very awesome, super concentrated. Oh, I bet you it's in here. Yeah, it's in here. Okay, got a mess down here. So this is it. Heard about it from other hikers. See if we can get some focus here. Yeah, camera doesn't like this. There we go. Yeah, a Jonah. So it's a super concentrated toothpaste from Germany. It's so good. Like I should just switch to this stuff because it is so good. It's a very kind of herbal flavor. Very clean. And I usually throw a couple floss picks in here. So a couple floss picks in this for an over the weekend camping trip. got my lighter, my Soto. I gotta fill this up, but this thing is great. It's just an amazing lighter. Pretty much can light in any conditions, and this extends. So that's great. You can get into places that you normally might not be able to light, and you can light something that you normally might not feel comfortable lighting. So great lighter. A little bit more heavy than like a Bic or something, of course, but in my opinion, worth the wait. Got my little first aid kit. I got all kinds of stuff in here. I've got some duct tape on there. Just basically all the medicines and stuff like that that I might need, some band-aids and stuff like that. It's pretty minimal. Got one thing of bleed stop. So if I were to get cut a little bit badder, you know, worse, badder, this would be helpful. Then I've got a little bit of deodorant, really lightweight. Got a thermometer, thing of lotion, and a little button light. Oh, and a rock. I guess I got this rock. I think I found it. Found it last time I was camping. I threw it in there. I got my Phoenix. This is a Phoenix little button light. I hang from my ridgeline in my hammock. Really cool. This little thing is great. It's got multiple modes. Green, red, yeah, multiple stuff. So, super cool. Really light. So, and then, almost done. Ugh, short video. This is my lightest hammock. Lightest hammock with the full bug net. So this is a Dream Hammock Darien. It's about 13 ounces. I elected for the thinner, a little bit thinner netting, 0.67. Their normal is like 0.9. They do have 0.5, but they really recommend against it. 11 footer, extra wide, vast hammock, super ultra light. And then I do have, this is the bag that I normally, I take this with me. My fresh clothes I put at the bottom of this bag, and then what I do is as I get stuff funky, I throw it in here. And I always take wet wipes with me, so I clean myself each day before I throw new clothes on. Well, actually each night before I climb into the hammock, and then dirty clothes I throw in here. And then last but not least, this is being my lightest summer stuff. I've got 2 enlightened equipment, 50-degree Apex quilts. So top quilt, bottom quilt, these are each, their average is about 10 ounces. So you've got like 9 point something and 10 point something. So pretty ultralight. And I think my whole pack weight is probably, for this particular loadout, it's probably, I would say, in the area of about 8-ish pounds before food and water. So I guess there you have it. So this is my summer backpack. And like I said, it's pretty minimal. I don't take a lot with me. The other thing that I do take with me, always trekking poles. So I usually wear trail runners. I got these amazing Gossamer gear. I believe they're LT3 trekking poles. Like if you make it a point to upgrade your shoes and like get lightweight trail runners, get lightweight trekking poles. Like these go hand in hand, and they're just as beneficial. And the weight of these in the hand is like nothing, and they're really strong, really comfortable. There's a basic twist designed to open and close, so pretty easy. But then one of the features I like is, well, a couple features. The handles are amazing. This has nothing to do with my backpack. And then they have this pass-through on their basket for a line to go through. I'm not even sure what this other hole there on the basket is. You know, once again, bad focus. Come on, camera. Okay, so I'm not sure what the other hole right there is, but they got this pass-through And so I almost always use these either to put my tarp in porch mode or to do the pull outs. And this pass through is really nice because you can have it tip up. That locks right into the, you know, the tie outs on your tarp, and then your line passes through that slit. So these are pretty cool for that reason too. So these also, one of my favorite pieces of gear. It's almost like I'm a Gossamer Gear representative right here, but I'm not. I don't get paid by them or anything. Though they were really nice and supplied me with some gear. So this is basically my summer pack, and yeah, I look forward to seeing what everybody else's is. I wonder if anybody's got less than me in their packs. So I have pretty small amounts, probably dangerously small, but that's all right, you know. Yeah, so everybody, thanks for tuning in and checking out my pack, and watch everybody else's video if somehow you're subscribed to my channel and not theirs. Like I said, I'll put a link in my video description, and I am gonna try to get a couple more videos out this summer. So I've been busy, and my couple trips that I've gone on, I just haven't felt like taking my camera with, so I didn't do any footage or anything. So we'll attempt to do 1 or 2 actual videos this summer. Probably more towards the fall. I like going out in the fall anyways. I don't like the summer, so we'll try to get some videos out. So thanks everybody for checking out my pack. Peace.